Hello and welcome to the October 2024 wrap-up. I'm Peter Schneider. I'm here with Nick Huston and TK Edmondson. Howdy.
Hello from space.
And I'm going to take your cue, TK, and remove my hat.
This is my normal hair. The hair growth formula works.
Yeah, I need that. Please just send it on down.
New from Shure,
Yes.
Shure Axient Digital PSM personal monitoring, in-ear monitoring system featuring WMAS and spatial diversity. It's wideband, narrowband, analog, and point-to-point transmission modes, show link and wireless workbench control. We did a video with Ben from Shure. Pre-orders are open for the rack mount TX body pack RX combiner and splitter and charger, expected to be available in January of 2025. And it's hard to believe that we are almost at that point.
It'll be available in a few months. I've heard it. It's amazing. It's got great range, huge flexibility. It's only going to get more flexible.
Mm-hmm. And the WMASsiness of it is 2 megahertz, right?
Correct.
Yes.
As opposed to Sennheiser's implementation, I got to do a video with Chris Phillips, which is 6 or 8 megahertz, depending on where you are. First of all, you should check out the video. It is on our YouTube, gothamsound.tv. Mm-hmm. It is a bidirectional system, and it is really very, very interesting. Available first half of 2025, and pre-orders are open now.
Very cool. Really ideal for studios and things like that, where you need, a host to have an IEM and to have a lav or for queuing and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, I have a shoot coming up where if we could have offered the director the ability to talk to 32 individual people.
Oh my goodness.
This would have been the perfect product if it existed. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And new from Schoeps now available is their KMIT shotgun microphone. This is essentially the same acoustic properties as the CMIT that we all know and love. It's going to be compatible with all of the Colette mic preamps. Price comes in at $1575. And yeah, you can add the CMD 42 on this to have a fully complete digital shotgun from sound capture all the way to the recorder. And yeah, we're there. So this is going to include app control, works with like a Dweedle tone thing going on. And Sonella now has suspensions for the KMIT. They have a Kazi, the EO6, and the Pianismo if you do need that. So yeah, hit us up if you'd like to get your order in.
Deity has released the SPD-Mini, announced earlier at NAB 2024 in Las Vegas. It is a compact power distro with 5 Hiroshi 4-pin outputs and a USB-C output, TA4 or USB-C input, color screen with active splitting, smart telemetry pass-through, and it can dock to the SRD Mini. That's their RF distribution using pogo pins, which is pretty neat. It's $269. There is a bundle available with the SRD Mini and a couple other accessories. So it's pretty cool. And the first ones are in now and shipping.
VDB announced their finger control, which is absolutely cool. It's a control surface for Sound Devices 8 series. The 8-channel version is $1,092. The 12-channel version is $1,599. Very, very cool to see VDB getting into this space. I love that, and I love them for doing this. Shipping from Europe as we speak.
Yep, this month.
All right, and next we have the Mini Control 2, aka the MC2. This is from Matt Morris. It's essentially a compact MIDI controller. It's designed to work with the 8 series from Sound Devices. It gives you that convenient control of those additional channels that you wouldn't easily be able to access on the front panel of the recorder. So if you feel like you're always reaching for those, this could likely be the product for you. It's got a 3-way switch on there, and then the rotary encoder provides feedback via the LED color. So yeah, these are available.
And I should mention that people have been able to order these directly from the UK at a different price, but this price includes all of the import tax and shipping and all that stuff. So that's why if you order it on our website, it's more, but you're going to be saving on the royal post and the import fees, and we take care of all that for you. So that explains the difference Wisycom has announced the MTH610 wireless handheld transmitter. This was at AES. I got to hold it in my hand. We do have a video that you can check out. So it is the same 470 to 960 megahertz that the MTP60 and MTP61 has, wideband or narrowband transmission modes, compatible with most standard capsule heads, each sold separately. There's going to be app control and embedded recorder. You can record or transmit in the US, and should be available later this month. We are anxiously waiting pricing, so stay tuned to the website for that.
Continuing on, Wisycom has an upgrade for their MRK16, which will add a real-time spectrum analyzer connection to the back, and it'll work with Wisycom Manager. Very, very cool. It involves installing a new radio board. So new units can have this option, and I remember they said they're still working out if they can retrofit older units. Available TBA. Still waiting to see when that will be available. But it's a cool upgrade.
It is, yeah. And the idea that, now all of a sudden your MRK16 can integrate with Wisycom Manager, I mean, that's neato.
Yes.
All right. Speaking of continuing with Wisycom, this is a discontinuation of their NPR51 ENG receiver that is officially discontinued, and they have a few bit of remaining stock on the NPR52 ENG receiver. So this guy is no longer with us. Get your remaining stock if you'd like to place an order. We'll take care of you. But yeah, this is a limited supply till the end of the year.
Tentacle SIG Timebar Slate body also announced at NAB 2024 in Las Vegas. So this adds a faceplate, film sticks, clap sticks, and the Timebar mount to the TB1. It doubles as a holder for using the Timebar independently. The Timebar attaches and detaches easily. It can be sold as a standalone upgrade kit for $329 for those of you that have the Timebar, or you can buy one bundled with the Timebar for $699. That is shipping this month, and that's exciting. I mean, ever since Tentacle became available, people have been wondering when they would have an integrated Slate, and the moment is nigh.
I like the idea that it's modular.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that.
I would like to see a version of that Slate with e-ink on it. So that could, have control, like you can put in scene and take and stuff like that.
Right.
I'll call the people at Gotham R&D.
They're busy these days.
Yeah, that's right here.
Busy and starved for funding. Tascam Studio Bridge. It's a standalone 24-track audio recorder and a 24-channel USB interface. It's got like a kind of retro look to it. It's pretty cool. Still waiting on availability information, but it has been announced by Tascam for the low price of $899.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Plus
That
the DB25s you'll need.
Oh, it's DB25 in?
Mm-hmm.
Aha!
You need 6 of those, but I mean that's still a good deal. It's pretty. That's an interesting space that they're putting this product in. So I'm here for it.
It's interesting. They're competing, in my opinion, with the Joko Blue Box USB interface recorder. And then, does anybody here remember throwback to Alex, our lead service tech, Alex Rostopchin's modification of the Mackie Firewire card?
Oh yeah, of course.
That was
crazy.
Yeah, where he basically modified the Firewire card to have 16. I think it was 16.
Right. Yeah. So the Mackie Onyx
Yeah.
had an optional Firewire card that was this big.
Yeah.
And could take 16 analog inputs direct from the preamps, basically, on the Onyx.
Yep.
Actually, I think it was 18. 'Cause it was 16
correct.
plus 2.
Yeah.
And yeah, he did a modification to, however many XLRs with DC power, and
Made it a standalone Firewire audio interface.
that was back in the day when that was not the easiest thing in the world.
Yeah.
And that was cheap. That was like $400.
I think that was our motivation.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, we have the Zoom H1, the XLR model. This is a pretty cool little handheld thing. You've got the ability to just kind of put this next to a board. It comes with 2 locking XLRs, TRS combo inputs, plus you get a 3.5 millimeter stereo input. So you've got lots of flexibility there. You don't really have to worry about things, as they say. It's got 32-bit float recording on dual 80 converters. Great price, comes in at $149. And again, they have a USB port on this as well. So if you want to record directly to your phone or your laptop, you can also do that. So pretty cool. I don't believe this has time code or any of the other bits that we'd probably like, but this is a really handy device. And for $149, I mean, what else could you ask for?
And look at the ergonomics too. It looks like it would actually fit in a hand.
Yes, right here.
New from Ambient, their NanoLockit bracket. So this is for attaching the NanoLockit to cameras. Screws into standard camera cages, available now.
Cool. RF Venue announced a new firmware for their RF Explorer Pro. I'm a fan of this product.
You're a fan.
I'm a fan of the RF Explorer Pro. I think it's a good mix of usability and functionality. And I'm glad to see them continuously updating the firmware. This firmware update allows you to have a fixed frequency on any device so that when you do use it to coordinate, which I don't use the RF Explorer Pro to coordinate, I just use it as a monitoring tool. But when you do use it to coordinate, you can tell it, don't change this frequency. So if you have a hero frequency or something that can change, you can lock it in place. That's available now.
Nice.
Also, some new products available sooner than later for sure. From PSC, they've got their new RF Multi Micro antenna distro, which also looks like it would fit in my hand. This is going to be a 4-way wideband RF distro box. It'll be available in December. And then they've also got a DIT version of the Zeus that they're releasing. And this thing is just like kind of packed with like features. So you've got voltage regulated outputs, 600 watts at 28 volts DC. So if you had like a DM3, you could use that. You've got regulated 12.8 voltage DC outputs, 400 watts on the AC inverter, which, come on, guys. There's also USB power outputs if you just want to, plug in your phone. But you could also do a kind of high-ish power laptop if that's what you have. This is overall AC power charging at 1,800 watts. It'll take 10 smart batteries to power, and I mean, it just looks kind of sexy. I'm just going to say it. It looks kind of sexy. I like that fuel gauge.
Yeah. It's interesting that you've got the two, the micro product, and then you've got this monster product. PSC really go in both directions. But the cool thing about the Zeus DIT, and I understand why they called it DIT, but there are those of us in the sound community that need that stuff, right? The AC power, the 28 volts. If you're using the Yamaha DM3, having that integrated and having the flexibility of the smart batteries as your battery, rather than needing to resell it every few years.
No, and you can fly with it.
And you can fly.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Without wings. The plane has to have wings, but it's fine. New stuff from Bubblebee. So they've got a mic hiding kit and outdoor mic kits for the Deity W-Lav Pro, the ECM V1, and the Rode Lavalier 2. They also have the Lav concealer for the Rode Lavalier 2, wind killer and microphone foam for the DPA 4098, wind killer and small. For small portable recorders like the Sony PCM M10, Zoom H2N, H4 Essentials, and Q8, available from Bubblebee now.
Nice. Ursa announced their MiniMount for the DPA 2061. It's a low-profile lavalier mount that fits around the mic head, designed to work with double-sided stickies, available now.
Very nice. All right, new from Betso, they have the SB Charger, which stands for Smart Battery, if you didn't put that together. Took me a while. This is going to be a compact 65-watt smart battery, fast charger, and also 100-watt USB power delivery power source. So kind of, again, best of both worlds here. Coming in at $175. There's an optional accessory, or 2 or 4-bay charger, power adapters, cables for vehicle use if you wanted to use it in a car. So kind of a lot there in terms of flexibility if you need to use it in different environments. But coming in from Betso, the smart battery charger.
Neat. Yeah, the modularity of it's pretty cool.
Our friends at AudioScience announced a Dante PCIe card. This is granted not for everybody because it's Windows and Linux specific in terms of driver availability. But if you need like a half-height, small card that can do 32 by 32 Dante, this could be interesting if you're building a very small recorder out of a PC chassis or a Linux chassis. There is plenty of software that would take advantage of this.
What was the thing we did back in the day with like that external box on a laptop?
Oh, we had a couple of them. One for RME cards and one for Lynx cards. Back in the day, we seemed to be on a retro kick.
Back in my day.
Yeah, where it was an external PCIe chassis, but we stole that idea from our Pro Tools friends who were doing that for a long time. Anyways.
Pro Tools guys doing it way back when. Sorry. All right. So Atlanta Mixer. You may need to just leave your house right now. It could be like happening. We're at Monday Night Garage right now, having a great time. So come down. The event's going to be all weekend though. It's Friday through Sunday here in Atlanta. It's our annual event. And yeah, it's welcome to everyone. We're having seminars. Saturday, there's going to be a potluck. Sunday, there's like this whole manufacturer show. There's an after party hosted by some of our other friends here in town. And like I said, everyone is welcome. No RSPs are required. If you need details, go to gothamsound.com/Atlanta Mixer. We also have a code for safe travel. Make sure you just check out all the details on the website. And yes, you should probably just leave your house right now. Come on down.
Don't be tardy for the party. Speaking of parties, this one is going to be equally fun, but in a different way. So November 7th at Gotham Sound, New York City, sponsored by Wisycom and DPA. We're going to have 2 sessions with Jeff Baynard, the American Wisycom guru. The first one is going to be RF 101. So that really is about selecting a system, band planning, frequency coordination, and all that fun stuff. And then we're going to have another one talking about wireless system design. So that is really like the architecture for the larger things. So, using multi-zone, using fiber, how to select, what it is you need and how to configure it. So you can sign up for those at gothamsound.com/Wisycom NOV7, the NOV being for November. So this is going to be useful stuff even if you're not a Wisycom user. It's, RF is RF, and Jeff is good at RF. And if you can't make it to the RF seminars but still want to come talk to Jeff, he'll be here all day. So when he's not in the seminar, you can talk to him. And we're going to be having drinks afterwards at Pig Beach. So come on down. And there will also be a listening station for DPA. So if you've been interested in listening to either the 2061 or the 2017 or any of those DPA mics that you've just been like, oh, is it really that good? You come put ears on it.
Nice.
Yeah.
NAB AES New York coverage. Check out all of our live coverage. We did a ton of it. Very proud of it at this year's New York NAB and AES. Check it all out, gothamsound.tv. And then we did a bonus How We Go Live tech video if you really want to get down and dirty. So check it out.
People loved seeing your camera rig. They always do, but I think that one was particularly popular.
Interesting. I wonder why that one. It was the iPhone and then all the wood around the iPhone.
Yeah, yep. The old forest meets the new technology.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's so modern. Sure is having a sale. We'll call it a holiday sale, even though we maybe are just slowly approaching those time of the year. But you can get up to 20% off on select microphones, earphones, headphones, wireless systems. I mean, they got a lot of stuff on offer. You can get one of these mics, an SM7B. You can get the KSM studio mics, which sound freaking fantastic, to be quite honest. The Beta instrument mics are also on sale. The MV7, I've got one of those over there. These headphones, Shure 215s. The Move mic sets, all that stuff on sale from Shure. Get your orders in now.
All right, and now we come to our favorite segment. It's the monthly tips. So for this month's, never wear a wig to work. It's very uncomfortable. No. Okay. So for this one, we wanted to talk, kind of plug a program that we have. So one of the things that we're a huge fan of is try before you buy. The idea of test driving, wireless or recorder before you commit. Because let's be honest, like these things cost about as much of a car. as a car. And, it would be, most people are going to test drive a car to make sure they really like it.
Yes.
Because they're going to, spend a lot of money and have it for a long time. And generally speaking, wireless recorders, microphones, you spend a lot of money, you have it for a long time, and you're going to use it for your livelihood. So we highly, we beg of you to please, if you don't 100% know what it is you want, contact us to try before you buy. We have a lot of different options. Like if you're a longtime Gotham customer and we know and love you, we will send you a demo, right? No questions asked. You pay shipping back and forth. All good. If you've never done business with us before, rent it. And we will credit the cost of the rental to the sale once it's done. You still have to pay the shipping and any L&D, but we really are a big fan of this. And, part of this is we want our customers to be happy, right? So we want you to be happy. We want you to have, what it is you want. And we also, we're a small business. We're not a big box store. We're not a Best Buy. We're not another store that begins with B. So, we don't, a lot of the stuff we have is special order, and we don't have a lot of latitude to order something from a manufacturer and then return it, where, they oftentimes don't take returns, and then we have to, either list it as B stock, and then we take a
or
loss
at that point,
on
it's used essentially.
Right, at that
We
point,
have
it's
to eat it,
used.
folks.
Yeah, we have to eat it. So our return policy is the return policy of the manufacturer. And a lot of times, people don't, people expect to be able to return something that's very expensive. And let's be honest, I remember when I bought my car, I remember saying, well, what if I don't like it? And they were like, no.
Yeah, that's not an option.
Sales are final. So, we want to be flexible. We want to help people out. But more importantly, we believe that education ahead of time is important. And look, if you get something that's bad out of the box, that's totally eligible for return.
Yeah, we should make it clear we're not talking about a defective product or warranty issues at all.
Yeah.
One thing I would say, too, is even if you are certain about what you want, there's always a disconnect between what a product says it's going to do, what you think it's going to do, what it actually does. And that's another reason to try before you buy.
Right. Yeah. And if you haven't used a particular wireless or a particular recorder, I don't know, there's, what is it, feng shui, where you're like, does this fork bring me joy? The stuff that you use should make you happy, or at least not make you mad.
Right.
And I think that's an important thing, because if you buy something and you're, and you hate using it, that's not good for anybody.
Yes. But I do want to just say, just as a diversion, a Chris Newman story.
Oh, yeah.
Which the first time he tried out his PD6 was on set. And he said, okay, I need you to come and show me how this works. On set, it was the Manchurian Candidate, and I want you to bring a roll of blue painter's tape. Now, Chris has a lot of Academy Awards. I did not question him. And so I showed up and I said, Chris, I brought the blue painter's tape like you asked. I'm not sure why you need it. He said, oh, great. I want you to put blue painter's tape over every knob and switch that I don't ever need to touch.
Ah, yes.
That really doesn't have to do with returning it, but it was it did remind me that ergonomics are always about compromise. And you often don't figure out what you're unwilling to live with, what you can't accept as the price of admission of a product until you've tried it.
Right. I'll tell one more story, and this is slightly less retro, but Todd Maitland. So before doing West Side Story, he made sure to demo every single wireless system, because he knew how intense it was going to be and how many channels he was going to need, and he he went through everything, and really picked the system that he liked. And I won't plug what system that is, but you can Google it. But, and everybody's different. I think that's a whole nother topic. But, people ask me, what's the best? And I say, what's the best for you? Because what the best for you is might not be the best for, for what I is, or what Peter is, or what TK is, or what Nate is, or, however, everybody's got their own needs, their own wants, their brain functions. Figure out what works for you. And we're here to help you do that.
Yeah, and I would say, too, like the Todd story reminds me of, if you are in New York or Atlanta, come by the shop. Set it up ahead of time, but come by. We're happy to let you play with it, help you out with any knowledge that we have, but that's also a great way to get to know gear.
Yeah.
Speaking of learning about gear and knowledge, I'd like to highlight some of the amazing knowledge that our customers and working professionals in our industry have shared. Michael Wynn Wire Like the Pros course is a fantastic course about how to hide lavalier mics with different wardrobe and different scenarios. Really super helpful. Also, Patricia Mirza's books, Beneath the Boom Pole and Behind the Sound Cart. I think I would have loved to have Behind the Sound Cart when I was coming up. That's a book about what a sound utility does and how to be an effective sound utility and how to be an effective crew person. And I would even go far as to say how to be an effective human being. But it's a wonderful resource. And Ken Strain's Boom Right seminar about not just how to boom, but how to boom healthy. These are all fantastic resources, and we are really, really lucky living in an incredible era where we have access to those.
Yeah, and also shout out to all of the people on YouTube that make video content.
Yeah.
It is crazy what you can type in and find, and hopefully you find things from GothamSound.tv. No, but seriously, there's a lot of our customers and other people that have tutorials. I've referenced some of them when
Absolutely
checking out technical stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
So then my monthly tip, and just kind of keeping in line with gear and making sure that you're trying before you're buying and familiar with all the things that your gear does and doesn't do. I would say when you do have your gear and it's all set, when you do safety backups, when you update your firmware, it's very important to do a safety backup before you do a firmware. We had an issue here in the shop, not going to go into crazy details, but it just signified that exact scenario where it would have been really, really nice to just have a backup of the previous firmware instead of having to dive through Google for an hour, which you may not have time to do while you're on set and they're calling for cameras to roll. So yeah, just having a good, solid backup is a good thing to do. Check your equipment.
My rule of thumb is do not do a firmware update unless you are prepared for that firmware update to be borked or ineffective.
Oh, borked.
Meaning like you can't roll it back. You have enough time if you've bricked your device.
Exactly.
You can't replace it. That implies don't do it right before a show. Don't do it in the middle of a show. I try and stay away from firmware update unless I just assume it's going to break the gear I'm updating and I have enough time to deal with it. All right. Well, thank you for watching, everybody. We really, really appreciate it. We appreciate your time. We appreciate your feedback. We do read every email that you send to us. If you want to know more, you have suggestions, info@gothamsound.com. Follow us on gothamsound.tv. And be sure to hit that subscribe button.
And all the social medias, too. We got the Facebook, we got the InstaFace.
The LinkedIn.
The LinkedIn, the Twittergram, X.
Are we talking still? Things. I think we got till January. The government's going to ban it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, anyway.
Check it out.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Thank you, everybody. Hello, and welcome to the October 2024. What is this?
Wrap
what
up?
Are we doing?
Jesus Christ.
All right, and new from... Sorry, let me adjust my...
Thank you all for watching. You've wasted another excellent hour.
All right, Peter. Take it again. Less self-deprecation, please.